The urban square has historically been an important ground for social encounters. It is where we got our goods, where we met our loved ones, and where we rallied up and protested. The city squares are usually hardscapes suitable for open markets, concerts, political rallies, and other events that require firm ground. The square is preceded and followed by unopened space. Streets or walks which are relatively narrow and tight by comparison, so that the square comes as a contrast, a reward, an anticipated or remembered goodie. The facades of the open space enclose the area, while also bringing in commercial activities. It is a key element in many squares because it gives the environment variations in terms of color, characteristics, and history. Along the edges of the square there are often commercial actors that offer encounters that give a solid basis for activity either through outdoor service for cafes, or independent stalls. The furniture in the public square allows staying comfortably within the space for a longer period, most apparent through seating, but also through the addition of light, which increases the sense of safety during the night. These factors are crucial for making the square a place to be at, rather than a place to pass through. The seating arrangement is usually of a linear pattern and often directed to one direction. These patterns are either on the sides of the plaza facing the center, or along the passages facing inwards. This arrangement seems like a bad combination of pace and program when you are to relax right next to a pass-through area. When studying the plan of certain public spaces it seems that the lines and the composition are given greater thought than the human experience. In newer public spaces the seating focuses upon a more varied arrangement. Examples of this may be benches that facilitate encounters with a variety of participants. The shapes that are used are more suited for conversations with more than two participants, and when they are arranged dynamically, the seating area gives the feel of a space within the space. Every urban space needs something to form a nucleus, a point to which all other points relate. These things help to give open space shape and organic unity. The public square achieves this with the fountain and the statue, which is often centrally placed. Trees can also be a focal point that offers a more intimate sense of space. With the transformation of the seasons, plants and trees offer lifelike change to the square throughout the year. The open space is historically the most important function of the square. It is the place where larger events such as fun fairs, concerts, markets, and political rallies may occur. But, when the larger events are absent, the open space is left as a barren landscape to the people. The problem is that when a person is to interact with a large space with few or no elements present, their possibilities are constrained by the exposure that is being felt. The challenge of the large open space is overcome when groups of people get together to create an activity in the barren landscape. Examples of this may be yoga sessions or picnics, where the participants bring personal belongings to alter the space to their liking. These smaller initiatives are rather rare in the regular square because of the need for personal belongings to be carried to the space, and the planning that is needed in advance. We believe that a square of the 21st century should be able to facilitate different encounters while also being able to arrange large-scale events. This may be achieved by adding flexibility to the square by working with complementary individual zones, and elements within the larger space. An example of this can be the change of flooring in terms of materiality and flexible furniture that responds to human activity. Cities around the world have developed over time, and so have we, the people. We have adapted to a world of avatars. We are closer than ever, yet distant. Always alerted, always notified. The average amount of time spent on our phones is 3 hours and 15 minutes every day. Due to this, the meeting of people has drastically changed within the last few decades. It is clear that the interaction between the binary and the organic, in an urban setting, doesn't seem to have a mutually beneficial relationship. We want to establish an interactive square that is connected to a network of public spaces around the globe. It will work as a foundation for social and cultural encounters through the unification of the digital and the physical world. We have created an app that will show you what's going on in the city in real time. Both an orientational and social tool for people to meet and for people to interact with the physical space. It will show a variety of events, both large and small, and give relevant information such as number of participants, and duration. The app has two user groups, which have access to the app in different ways. 1. The moderators and hosts, that promote their events. 2. The public, that may connect and meet up with friends. Edvard Grieg's Place is a natural site for our project. It's centrally located, and the public void is greater at this location than the more centrally positioned public squares such as Torgallmenningen and Festplatsen. Another point that makes this open space ideal to become a 21st century square, is that the area surrounding Grieghallen has in recent years seen a revitalization, while the square itself remains vacant. Through our research we have seen the necessity for public spaces that relates to the human scale. Our project offers 3 different situations that have been formed with a focus on the variety of encounters that may occur with different intensity and exposure. A series of interventions let the public take part in, and form the square. Starting in the west, is the Sakura forest. The trees are, a testament to change through the seasons. In the fall and the winter they are naked trees, with silvery stems that make one reminisce back to the days of the intense blooming, anticipating the return of spring. The cherry blossom trees grant a soothing atmosphere in the spring and summer which gives an intimate situation. Throughout the forest, several benches can be adjusted by the user for different social situations. The center of the clock bench is fixed around the trees, while the pointers may rotate around the axis of the stem. If you open the app, you can gain access to one of the game tables in the Sakura forest. These offer a variety of traditional and modern tabletop games through a digital screen embedded into the tables. The games are activated through the app and can be joined by other game tables linked to the app. Bring up your application again. ModSpace is located in the center of the square. It will function as a cafe, run by local cafes and merchants who acquire the role of the moderator. Their job will be to organize and manage the activities on a daily basis. Once a week during the evening it will operate as an open VR room where you can sign up and join the experience, through the app. 2 screens with integrated cameras that are linked to the network of squares, earlier mentioned, will send and receive a live stream from another given square. Thus an urban digital encounter is present, and you might encounter a new friend. We all have a friend or relative in another city. The wish to see, or to be with them, can be strong, and the need is not simply satisfied by the use of chat or video call. With internal cameras installed, Screen Talk gives you access to a screen where you can have a live talk, one-to-one, in public spaces, across the globe. The shape-shifting space is a flexible open area which truly responds to the use of people. From one day to another, the space may seem completely different, depending on who uses it. By using the app, you will get the option to choose a variety of objects to use within a system of poles. Then you may activate available poles that are required for your use. Your items are safely stored outside the mod space in the curved wall, where there are electronic lockers that are linked to the app. In the shape-shifting space, the pole and level system are powered by hydraulics. The poles are submerged into the ground when idle. When activated they will extrude. The levels in the center on the other hand, will be moderated by the Mode Space weekly, offering different settings depending on the activity. For special events that may occur, such as concerts or markets, the poles nearby will be deactivated so that a conflict of interest does not occur. This also makes the surface flexible and open to large-scale events that require an open flat ground.